Thank you very much. I really appreciate having this great crowd here too. Thank you all for coming. It just warms my heart up. As I look across the room this morning, it's wonderful to see so many friends of mine here and so many friends of ours here. We have the pleasure of working throughout my life and career with a lot of you. So thank you very much for being here as well. I really, really appreciate that. Before I begin, I want to introduce my family to you, who is sitting on the stage to the right of me. We're happy we got them to agree to come up here and do this. But first is my lovely wife, Rhonda, who I've been married to for 46 years. Then we have my oldest daughter, Jamie. And my only son, Joe. I remember when Joe left to go to college. We were the same height. He came home at Christmas. He was 2 inches taller than me. I'm like, what are they feeding you? So I'm very happy to have this family here. As you know, I also have a special needs daughter named Jody, J-O-D-I, and she's at home today. And we all love her very much. And I look forward to celebrating with her later today as well. So this is one of my final speeches as Mayor of Erie. And I'm the 48th Mayor of Erie. I sought this office because I wanted to make a positive difference here in Erie. We gave a police recap last week, and we will give a fire recap next week too. But today I wanted to focus on some of the other accomplishments that we've had and reflect on what being mayor has meant to me as mayor. It has been an honor of my life to serve as mayor of this great city. I will always be grateful to have been entrusted with this role by the people of Erie. I want you all to know how much I absolutely love being mayor. I really, really, really mean that. I have loved working with other elected officials and career public servants on behalf of our residents here in Erie. It was worth every second of my time and I spent to try and make life better for everyone in Erie. For me, the most fulfilling part of the reason why I've enjoyed this job more than any other is because this job is all about people. I have drawn energy from meeting people, listening to people, and helping people. For me, it's been all about all of you, and thank you very much for being here today as well. My team and I have accomplished a lot for the past 8 years. We've celebrated our rich cultural diversity, stabilized city finances, we've stimulated our local economy, revitalized neighborhoods, strengthened police and fire, and we drove down crime, which we're very proud of. I've got, I think it's 7 things I'm going to talk about. I'll tell you each as we go through. The first is celebrating rich cultural diversity and increased accessibility and transparency here in Erie. From the start, I made a personal commitment to be open, honest, transparent, and accessible. To that end, we laid the foundation by putting in place several key strategies. For instance, we held well over 300 weekly press conferences to better inform the public about what is happening here in government and across the city of Erie. We established city Facebook and Instagram pages to celebrate accomplishments, recognize residents and community leaders, answer questions, and communicate news, services, and resources as well. And we communicate. I hope that this will help everyone to feel more connected to City Hall. I invite residents to participate in the brown bag lunches and people's suppers that we had. We went door to door, we held public forums, we distributed surveys, and we created the Citizens Response Center. And finally, we formed several advisory councils to hear from the business, labor, disability, LGBTQ+, New American, African Americans, and Hispanic Latina communities. We wanted everyone who's here to be part of our community. We worked closely with our New American Council to obtain certified welcoming status and help welcome the 5,000 immigrants and refugees who relocated here legally since 2018. This is an incredible opportunity to rebuild our community through the hard work ethic, and entrepreneurial spirit of all our new arrivals. They come here, often fleeing war and political or religious persecution, to create a new life for themselves and their families. They enrich our community, they fill our vacant jobs and empty storefronts, and revitalize our neighborhoods. One of my greatest joys has been attending the naturalization ceremonies that occur each year to welcome new citizens to Erie. And I went to every one, and it was really a great experience. And when we first started, there was 10 a year, and then the last couple of years, they've cut that back to 6 a year. But I always am deeply moved by the journeys and by the pride of these people becoming Americans, and it reminds me of my own grandparents who came here from Sicily and Ireland. We worked with our Strengthening Police Community Partnerships Council to make Erie safer by committing to open and honest communications, understanding, and also mutual respect. Working together, we have made progress on the following things. First, we build trust between our community and the police. We facilitated open, honest communications. We are helping to bridge the gap and foster understanding. We increase public safety, and we significantly reduce crime. Thanks a lot, Chief, for that. We work with the Hispanic Latina Advisory Council by supporting the creation and implementation of the Fiesta on the Square. I'm sure you all remember and attended that. This was one of the wonderful celebrations these last 3 years, and my hope is that it will continue for many years to come. We worked with our Labor Roundtable on drafting responsible contracting ordinance, creating a trades licensing board, and adding back the roles of plumbing and electrical inspectors, and among many other things. My team and I have been on a mission to build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. Together, we work diligently to achieve our vision for Erie, which is that Erie is a community of choice, and we celebrate 5 things: our rich cultural diversity, our welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods, our world-class downtown and bayfront, our excellent education for everyone, and our abundance of good family-sustaining jobs. Everything my team and I have done have been focused on accomplishing that vision. Welcome to a couple new people who just came in. You've only missed my first of 6 points I'm trying to make. So, the second point now is stabilizing city finances. The foundation of all this has been stabilizing the city's finances. Looking back, when I first took office back in 2018, we discovered that we had inherited an $11 million structural deficit going into 2019 budget, following a deficit for many years to come, and some of them were over 20 million because when we projected out 5 years. Many people thought that we would be headed for Act 47, but I was determined not to let that happen. With the help of the Commonwealth, we developed a 5-year financial management plan and set a series of strategies in motion to cut costs and increase revenue, enabling us to turn projected deficits into surpluses without raising taxes, and we've done that for 6 years. Some of the things we've done is we've negotiated $97 million prepayment of our water lease. We paid down over half of the city's long-term debt, saving the taxpayers $86.3 million. We shored up the city's pensions. We invested $79 million in ARP funding, and that was used for the following 5 things: economic and community development, housing, public works, infrastructure, and parks. We expanded the city's tax base. We invested in small businesses that are creating jobs for people. And we secured more than $120 million in grants for equipment, technology, salaries, projects, and initiatives by creating a first ever grant team in City Hall. I want to recognize Abby Skinner here. She was the city's first ever grant writer. Abby started in that role in 2018 when I took office and helped to build the team until early May of 2023, when sadly she passed away. Abby loved writing grants and always had a kind word, a helping hand, and a smile on her face. She is still deeply missed by many, including me, but her legacy lives on here. As a result of all these strategies, and with the cooperation and assistance of the Erie City Council, we are leaving the city of Erie in the strongest financial position it's been in decades, we believe. This is something for which we can all take pride. I want to thank all our department heads for their hard work on this, especially Director of Finance Lisa Gomersall and Assistant Director of Finance Michelle Rizzo. Thanks to you and your team for participating in this, making this happen. Third point is we want to stimulate our local economy. As a part of stabilizing city finances, we estimated that let me start that paragraph again. As a result of stabilizing city finances, we stimulated the local economy by developing sustainable economic development tools and working with our Mayor's Business Council to launch several projects, programs, and initiatives. For instance, we passed LRTA back in July of 2019. You remember LRTA, right? Since then, we've had total projected investments of just over $399 million in residential and commercial projects here in the city of Erie. This is revitalizing neighborhoods and commercial corridors across the city and putting contractors to work. And it will serve to expand our tax base. Once project starts roll off, that will be in 2029. We also obtained the CRIS designation, which promises to bring as much as $15 million per year in state taxes back to the city's 130-acre footprint for 30 years. This is a potential game changer for the city, and I want to thank Governor Shapiro, State Senator Dan Laughlin, and State Representatives Harkins, Mirsky, and Bizzarro for helping us to obtain this designation. We broke new ground by growing and creating innovative loan and grants for small businesses. Under Chris Groner's stewardship, we have grown our revolving loans by $20 million from what they were. They were originally about $5 million, they're up $25 million now. And leveraging $800 million worth of projects since 2005. We established a $1.3 million small business diversity loan fund. We invested $4.4 million in EMI, $2.3 million in Quintee, and more than $1.7 million in the Savacchio Opportunity Park. We created the city's flagship microgrant program, awarding $571,000 in grants to nearly 200 recipients. We dispersed funding to several organizations that provided free support and technical assistance to entrepreneurs and business owners looking to expand and to grow their businesses. We facilitated a City of Erie small business cohort in collaboration with our community liaison, Daryl Craig, who's here with us, I know. Where is he? There he is. Thank you. And our former immigrant and refugee liaison, Saeed Taraki, who also joined us today. Saeed, thank you for being here. To provide free technical assistance and support to entrepreneurs and to business owners here in Erie. The city's grants and loans are awarded to businesses that are creating and retaining jobs with family-sustaining wages. Some of my favorite times as mayor have been delivering checks to business owners and to entrepreneurs, breaking ground, cutting ribbons, and celebrating new beginnings. This funding has been a transformational impact. These are projects that would not have happened if not for the city providing funding to close the gaps. As a result of all these initiatives, since 2021, we have helped more than 2,000 more employees and 400 more employers paying earned income tax and local service tax. That equates to an additional $2.5 million in annual revenue per year. I am proud to report that as a result of Chris's hard work and forward thinking, the city has been recognized by the Federal Reserve for our creativity and innovation in creating these sustainable economic development tools. I spoke at the Federal Reserve's 2023 Policy Summit, and Chris Groner spoke at the 2025 Economics Summit. You're not tired of me referring to you, are you, Chris? Is that okay? To have the city be recognized by the Federal Reserve is really an incredible honor for us. Chris Groner, can you please join me up here on the podium? That's not a yes or no. It's come up, get your butt up here. Now,
I didn't know this was happening.
didn't know that, huh? We told you had to be here, right? Now, the highest honor that as mayor that I can do is presenting keys to the city to individuals who have gone above and beyond and achieved career distinction and accomplishment that benefits the city and our residents. Thanks. Chris, we know you will soon be leaving the city after 22 years of excellent public service to take on a new challenge with the County of Erie. I remember when I was first elected mayor, I was so impressed with your keen insights, your hard work ethic, and your ability to think things through on issues and develop solutions and tools that make it a positive impact. You truly have made a difference in the lives of so many people and made Erie a better place to live and work. I can think of no one else who has done more to grow and support Erie's business community. Hundreds of businesses have benefited from your financial expertise, which has enabled them to expand. And so, in recognition of your public service, your career achievements, your dedication, and your commitment to the business community, I am proud to present you with this key to the city of Erie. Thank you very much, Chris. Yes, you're you can stay up here if you want, but you're free to go if you want to. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. For all you've done for the city and our residents, we really appreciate it. Best of luck across the street, too, with the county. We know you're going to do great things there as well. Number 4, this fourth one is really short, but bear with it. It's the world-class downtown and Bayfront. It's just a couple things we wanted to make known about this. Next, as part of improving the downtown and the Bayfront, we've done the following 3 things. First, we implemented the Downtown Streetscape Master Plan, which should be completed next year in 2026. Second, we supported and implemented the Bayfront Parkway Central Corridor project. I'm sure you all have seen that. And we assisted with structuring funding for several key projects going on around town. So we're very, very proud of that. That completes number 4. I'm going to move to number 5 now, which is welcoming vibrant neighborhoods. Welcoming and vibrant neighborhoods. We have also focused on public safety, community development, and neighborhood revitalization, and shoring up our infrastructure to create safe, vibrant, and welcoming neighborhoods here in Erie. I can't possibly share every project that we've done, but I do want to highlight at least a few of them. First, we started our Love Your Block and removed 213,000 pounds of trash and debris. We completed 200 projects. We made 300 repairs to houses and 66 landscaping projects. We saved residents $226,000 in the cost of doing that. We created neighborhood plans for the East Bayfront, the Academy Marvintown, and the Buffalo Road area. We drafted the first ever active Erie Transportation Plan, Historic Preservation Plan, and Safe Streets and Roads for All Plan, thanks to the Department of Planning and Neighborhood Resources. We cleared 100% of homicides that have occurred in the last 4 years, including this year. We drove down crime in neighborhoods and major decreases in shots fired, people shot, burglaries, thefts, and overdose deaths. We reinstated the crisis car, the juvenile unit, and the canine unit, all of which have been discontinued. We obtained more than $25 million in grants for the Erie Police Department to deploy advanced technology and equipment and implement innovative initiatives that enhanced crime prevention and our response to crime. We strengthened code enforcement. We worked with the Redevelopment Authority and the Land Bank and accomplished the following 5 things. First, we demolished hundreds of blighted properties. Second, we distributed housing preservation grants to 50 homeowners. Third, we renovated 150 homes to improve safety, accessibility, and quality of life. Fourth, We rehabilitated 58 properties. And fifth, we created the Home Opportunity Program to assist first-time home buyers. Next, we brought back Lights Over Lake Erie fireworks to the Bay. We continued the Sounds of Summer concerts at 6 senior centers. And we created 814 concert series, bringing music to 6 parks. By the way, that's the end of my 10th sheet so far. And I have about just a couple lines over 18 left. So we're over halfway through this. I hope you're all doing all right. A couple other things that we've done. We transformed Celebrate Erie into a celebration of all things local. Food, business, cultures, arts and music, and families. Thanks to Aaron Lonke, Adrian Nannon, and Gabby Watson, who serve as the city's events manager over the last 8 years. Thanks to them. We replaced the Cockwood Bridge, as you're probably all aware. Have anybody driven across the Cockwood Bridge since it's been up there? A few, yeah. I live kind of down there in that area, so I do get by there quite a bit. We installed bike paths. We implemented a capital improvement plan at the wastewater treatment plant. We began shooting up our stormwater infrastructure. And finally, we installed new playground equipment at Columbus Park, Rosalia Park, Martin Luther King Center, Bayview Park, McClellan Park, Frontier Park, and Walzak Park. I want to recognize our amazing code enforcement staff and our public works team. Day in and day out, they've done the following. They pave and plow our city streets. They maintain our parks and public square spaces. They haul trash. They sweep streets. They clean wastewater. They take care of our public buildings, equipment, and our vehicles. They run 2 golf courses. They provide engineering service. They collect amusement tax. They inspect properties. They issue permits. And they coordinate scores of events. This is hard work, and the city is lucky to have a team that cares and is committed. Thanks to the current public director, Jason Sayers, and assistant director, Jeff Gibbons and Leanne Parmenter. Former directors, Mike Mulvihill and Chuck Zisk, and former assistant director, AJ Antolik. Andy Zimmerman and Steve Yurkowitz in code enforcement, and our bureau chiefs, which are Basil Ronzetti in sewers, Keith Cadell in refuse, Gary Graham in parks, Billy Wiglin in streets, Bob Beto in garage, Supervisor of Public Works, Dan Black, and Events Coordinator, Dave Rocco. It is difficult to convey just how much work they do. We are grateful for all of their service. When it comes to the Erie Fire Department, calls for service have consistently increased. To handle these responsibly, our fire personnel deserve best equipment and training, and we work hard to get them what they need to do the job. We will walk about this more next week when we have a special press conference. We'll talk about it more next week. We're going to have a special press conference next week to highlight the progress made by the fire department, but we have invested millions. I sincerely want to recognize the hard work of current Fire Chief Len Trott, Assistant Fire Chiefs Greg Purchase and Al Bucciarella, former Chiefs Guy Santone and Joe Walco, our Chief Fire Marshal Donnie Sauer, and our Fire Accelerant Detection K9 Horace, his handler, Fire Marshal Adam Gotti, and all of our team of firefighters. Thank you for your quick response to all the fires and medical emergencies as well. You put these lives on the line every day, and we can't thank you enough for what you do to protect and serve our residents. Number 6 is excellent education for everyone. In terms of our youth and excellent education for everyone, we've advocated for the community college, and I've been out there at every one of their meetings and it's really a great place. Collaborated our projects with the United Way's community schools, such as Safe Routes to School projects to paint murals and fix sidewalks. We facilitated the SPCP Trust Building Series with elementary, middle, and high school students in Erie's public schools. We invested $675,000 in grants and $1,750,000 in low-interest loans to complete the Eagles Nest Athletic Center for our youth. We support our youth through the city's summer rec program that includes free golf, tennis, swimming, youth, theater, dance, and basketball through Spoons League, just to name a few. We grew Police Athletic League and the community. The Community Outreach Program, or COP for short. Initiatives from 35 students in one school with 6 officers grew to more than 2,000 students in 29 locations with 120 Erie police officers involved. That's incredible. It's included adding field trips, summer camp, boxing, wrestling, and also expanded to Mill Creek recently. We spent about $800,000 every year on CDBG allocation on community centers, nonprofits, neighborhoods, and on youth services. I want to thank Director of Economic and Community Development, Deb Smith, Assistant Director Dave Dieter, Grant Administrator Veronica Fields, and the entire DECD team on diligently deploying HUD dollars to benefit our community. And we collaborated with Brother D and Bluecoats on several initiatives, right, Brother D? Excellent. Deb Smith and Brother D, can the two of you please join me up here on the stage? Deb Smith and Brother D. If you were wondering why you had to be here, now you know. So, Deb, I'm going to start with you, okay? So Deb just celebrated her 40-year anniversary here at the city. How about that? She started with the city on December 2nd, 1985. I was kind of young then. She's the first female director of the Department of Economic and Community Development, and she knows HUD inside and out, right? Deb has done an incredible job getting funding out of the community. Deb, for your commitment, your public service, and your compassion, I present you with this key to the city. Thank you for your applause. We really appreciate that. Now, Brother D. He served as the city of Erie's community liaison for about the last 2 years now. He is a pastor, one of the founders of Unified Erie, and founder of Bluecoats. The Bluecoats are a group of volunteer peacekeepers who have been working since 2004 to reduce violence, alleviate tension, and promote safety and security among students of Erie's public schools and the neighborhoods surrounding our schools. Thanks to the commitment and passion of Brother D, the Bluecoats have built trust and relationships with the students and with the critical assets of more than 10,000 students in Erie's public schools. Brother D is someone who lives his mission to create heaven wherever he goes. He strives to create a positive world for our children by telling them how great they are and how great they can become. He constantly works to connect city residents with the services, resources, and information that needs to help improve their lives. And he lifts people up rather than letting them down and is consistently the voice of reason. Brother D, in recognition of your passion, your commitment, and your more than 20 years of service to our children and our broader community, I present you with this key to the city of Erie. You, by the way, Brother D, you are an inspiration. Your candor, your compassion are refreshing and help us all do a better job. And you have made and continue to make a positive impact on the lives of residents. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. Great to see you. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the future a little bit. and we're getting towards the end. I'm on page 15. We're almost there. As I wrap up, on January 5th, there will be a new mayor and a new administration here. I wish them all the best in their endeavors, and I know that they have the best interests of the people of Erie at heart as well. There are a few things that have started but have not yet finished. I appreciate the work my team is doing to aid in the transition and ensure that these projects and initiatives do end up getting completed. Some of those include renovation of the Kohler Brewery, the Miller Brothers property, into a public safety complex for police, for firefighters, and for public works. Completion and implementation of a comprehensive citywide parks and recreation plan, the housing strategy, and the 5-year financial management plan. Implementation of the Safe Streets and Roads for All plan to achieve the Vision Zero goal of eliminating fatal and violent injury from car or any kind of crashes by the year 2035. We want that eliminated. We continued implementation of the Active Erie Transportation Plan and the Downtown Streetscape Master Plan. Management of millions of dollars in state and federal grants include $3.125 million in the COPS hiring grant, another $1 million for blighted property remediation, and another $1 million to reduce auto thefts in Erie, and $350,000 to remediate in-home daycares. These initiatives are priorities, and I look forward to following their progress. As I said before, I could not have achieved all these accomplishments alone. I have many additional people to thank for being a part of this journey. First and foremost, of course, I must thank my family. My wife, Rhonda, my children, Jamie and Joe are here, and our daughter Jody is at home. They were and are my most loyal and fervent supporters. I am blessed to have had their love, support, and understanding throughout these many, many years. I love them deeply, and I'm so grateful to them for keeping me grounded and helping me navigate all the responsibilities of my job. I have often said the only person in the city who is mad at me is my wife, Rhonda. Because I'm always working, she never gets to see me. I look forward to being able to spend more time with Rhonda and the rest of my family in the new year. And I hope Rhonda won't get sick of me being home and kick me out after a couple weeks, but we'll find out. Next, I want to thank some more members of my team. While time does not permit me to thank everyone, I want to thank you all. I want you all to know how grateful and humbled I am for your service. We acknowledge so many great things together. I'm on the second last page, by the way. My biggest praise goes to my Chief of Staff, Renee Lamus, who's in the back there. She kind of begged me not to do this, but I couldn't help myself. Renee has been with me from the very beginning. In fact, she worked full-time when I was first campaigning for mayor. So she's worked full-time for me for 9 years now. She's been with me from the very beginning, as I said. She helped me select and organize my team. She developed city policies and ordinances. She helped navigate the city through many crises that occurred. And she brought more than $120 million in grant awards and been the solid leader that everyone here looks up to. I have said it many times, and it bears repeating again. Renee Lamus is the hardest working person I have ever met. If you looked up on the 5th floor windows at City Hall on a weekend or maybe a weekday evening, you would see them lit because Renee is there working on something. She put her whole being into her job because she loves the city, and we are all in her debt. Thank you, Renee. I really could not have done any of this without you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Everybody stood up. That's pretty impressive. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, I want to give a special thanks to Marjorie Bruce, Kat Blair, Kyle Hannon, and Aaron Lonke. They have been with me in various capacities now for many years. They have helped me keep on track and ran the schedule, returned calls, wrote many, many, many briefings, and got the news out to everyone. Thank you, team. I really appreciate your help and your guidance. These next couple of guys I'm going to mention are standing in the back there, but Erie Police Chief Dan Spizzarni. And the current and former members of the command staff as well. Rick Laura, Bill Marucci, Mike Nolan, John Nolan, they are brothers, Mark Sanders, Tony Tallarico, Christopher Janis, Jamie Russo, and Tom Lennox, and all the officers of the police force. Thank you for all that you have done and do to protect the lives of our residents and our visitors. The work you do is dangerous, and often your efforts are seen as unheralded, but we are forever grateful for your service. Thank you very, very much. Can Captain Tallarico join me up here on the stage? This is Tony's last week in the city for 30 years of service. You started here September 5th, 1995, right? Yeah, you joined the command staff as captain in 2021. Yep. Very good. Tony, I have personally witnessed your dedication, your hard work, and the incredible relationship you've built with our community. Though this isn't impossible, it isn't impossible to thank you for your lifetime service, I am happy to recognize you with this key to the city of Erie. And once again, thank you for all you've done for the city and our residents. We're very grateful for your service and that of all the police. Thanks also to Solicitor's Office, Ed Betza, Jason Check, and Gary Pacheco. They've done an incredible job building trust and working jointly with City Council and the Mayor's Office to resolve issues, draft and adopt legislation, close deals, and get a lot of stuff done. Public office is an honor. It is bestowed as a trust by the people expressed through regular elections. The people elect us and we work for them. To that end, we should always do what's in the people's best interest. It is a temporary, term-limited occupation during which time we serve as stewards for our community. It's been a joy to serve you this last 8 years. Thank you for your support, your guidance, and your feedback, and your friendship too. That concludes this week's press conference. Please remember to follow us on social media for the important updates from the city of Erie. Thank you for joining us, and please stay safe and warm and enjoy the holiday. And if anybody wants a picture with me, just come up front. We'll be happy to pose for a picture. Thank you. Thank you.